What's up, everybody? We are back for another episode of TNA Wrestling, and I am excited to see what we get this week. We've got a really good card. Let me go ahead and play the preview for this week. Should be a really good setup going leading into Slammiversary. So, really excited about what we get tonight. Let me welcome everyone in the chat that we have so far: Zach, Derek, Brandon, Hassan, Sean, Dylan. What's up, everybody? Good to see you all this evening. Thank you for joining us. And I know I'm going to forget, so as soon as the preview finishes up, I will be asking all of you to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. So, I wanted to start a couple minutes early just to get a couple housekeeping things out of the way. I believe Joe and I will be on Sunday following Evolution. We'll be on to kind of recap the weekend. This is a huge weekend in wrestling, so lots going on, lots to be excited about. So I'm sure we'll get into some of that this evening. I am flying solo for right now. If Joe can join us, he will, probably around the same time that he did last week. Happy belated birthday, Ryan. I would play you our happy birthday theme, but my soundboard is charging up right now, so I apologize. But if it comes back on later, drop it again in chat, and we'll shout you out then. Anthony Slate, what's up? James Chadwick in the house, what's up? How you doing, bro? All right, so like I said before, if you don't mind, folks, drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We are glad that you are here with us this evening to check out some awesome TNA wrestling. I, for one, am really excited for it. We will probably get underway here shortly. I think, we're getting the recap of last week. So here we go, folks. We are getting this week's episode. So what's up, everybody? Guess I'll come on screen now. I thought last week's episode was really good. What did you all think of last week? I know we had our scores and everything, but now that you had an opportunity to kind of sit back and think on it, what did you think? Barry, Monkey, Andrea, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you this evening. And I thought this segment with Frankie, I thought the King speech was really good. Really good to get a glimpse of what the three guys involved in the match may do, but also the involvement of Frankie cannot be understated. He still has that call your shot gauntlet. Who knows what Frankie will do between now and Slammiversary? So we shall see. But I thought last week's episode was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. James saying it's so hot still. Here we go. We're getting the opening theme of TNA Impact, TNA Wrestling. Barry Monkey. Fallon Henley is an excellent wrestler. Looking forward to this women's tag match. Me too. Yeah, let me know in chat, which match are you looking forward to the most this week? What's your most anticipated match? And I'll get off screen for a second and see what you folks are saying. Sean Rousset saying, I still thought TNA last week was good. The Masha versus Killer Kelly was awesome. Yeah. Personal concierge, the Iceman himself, starts us off this evening in the ring. John saying, "Hey Jeff, Impact on Access is not starting until 9, so I'll just watch on the chat." Okay. Conrad, what's up? How you doing, bro? Go support Conrad. Go subscribe to everything pro wrestling. Conrad does a great job. Brandon saying the 8-man tag match. John Kessler is saying Indi versus Victoria Crawford. It's going to be a good one. What's up, Brandon? Hey, Melissa. Sean saying, I know a lot of people are not fans of Dark State, but seeing them show up on TNA was cool. I thought so, too. We are getting the entrance of the Elegance brand, so it looks like we're going to get the Elegance brand versus Myla Grace and Harley Hudson first. And it looks like we're going to get Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. James saying, Jeff just saw news on Trey. He is expected to have hernia surgery after Slammiversary. Wow. John saying, I'm just so happy that we are starting with the Stooge. I mean, Iceman, although he is still Stooge. Yeah, he's a bit of a Stooge. M by Elegance joining the Elegance brand in the ring right now. They are telling the crowd to kiss their derrieres. Yeah, James sent over to me that Kevin Von Erich has signed a Legends deal with AEW. Bonus Baby saying, I saw a pic of Iceman with the new Maple Leaf Pro Women's Canadian champ, Giselle Shaw. Is he doing work with it? I don't know. I didn't know that. It wouldn't surprise me, though, Bonus Baby, if he is. And, folks, I know you want to get to food and everything. We'll get there. But we'll get into this first match first, and then when we take a break, we'll get into the food conversation. Myla Grace and Harley Hudson going up against the Elegance brand. Of course, we got to watch out for some shenanigans this evening. Anytime you have Iceman out there and M by Elegance, you're gonna get some shenanigans. They're gonna get involved somehow. Brandon saying, I think they could have just called themselves Triple Elegance. James, I've got so much to catch up on. I'm shockingly behind on everything other than WWE, AEW, and TNA. Hassan voting for Myla Grace and Harley Hudson. Sean Rousset saying, I'm looking forward to the Cedric Alexander match. Yeah, me too. Really looking forward to seeing what Cedric Alexander does in TNA. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to his match with Mustafa Ali. I think it's going to be really good. Deanna is in the house saying, just heard about that Kofi, James. Oh, boy. All right. Hello, Dan. Yeah, the inspiration. Yeah, they're going to be. Yeah, that's good. I feel like Slammiversary is going to be a really, really good card this year. Hope you're doing well, Deanna. Harley Hudson in there against Ash by Elegance right now. Ash is in a little bit of trouble right here. What's up, CR? I got nothing to say to that, Derek. I'm just going to laugh at it. Barry Monkey saying watching Myla, Harley, and Heather, future of the women's division looks promising. I agree. I know that I think a lot of us were like, hey, what are you guys going to do because you're losing so many people? I think they've done a really good job of not panicking and bringing along people that maybe weren't household names, but they've really built them up. And, they're all talented. So I'm really excited about the future of the Knockouts division for sure. John saying, I am so looking forward to any surprises that occur at Slammiversary. Yeah, you never know what we could get at Slammiversary. It's always, you always get at least one, I feel like. So maybe we'll get at least one this year. Heather by Elegance right now. Tagging Ash back in. James saying, I've got 2 months worth of OVW to watch, a year GCW, Wrestling Revolver, MLP, Hog, and more. Yeah, there's a lot. And then this weekend is just jam-packed with wrestling. Wow, Ash just beating down Myla Grace. Let's see. Bonus Baby saying there's rumblings of the Inspiration being at Evolution 2 since they are contracted to TNA. Are they going to be introduced as the Inspiration or are they Iconics? That's a good question. I think it would be the Inspiration. That's just my guess. I'm not sure. That would just be my educated guess. I would say. But I mean, of course, they could do anything. I will say they have referred to AJ Francis as AJ Francis and not whatever he was known by before. Or was that his name before? I'm trying to think. Oh, Top Dollar. Yeah, they haven't said Top Dollar, so. What's up, Clown? How you doing? Deanna saying inspiration because of contracts. James said definitely inspiration. It will get confusing to start to call them by two different names. I recently saw John Kessler saying that TNA signed to knock out from the Indies Myla Moore and Jada Stone. They announced it on an episode of TNA Explosion. Yeah, top dollar. Top dollar. Here we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. Team of Myla Grace and Harley Hudson and big time control. James saying you a band from Dive. It's hilarious. Oh, roll up there by Myla Grace. Almost had Ash. This could be it. 1, 2, 3 by Ash by Elegance. The Elegance brand. Pick up a win over Myla Grace and Harley Hudson. I felt like that was a pretty good little match to start off the show. That was a really good match. Good energy throughout. I like that. But the Elegance brand picks up the win. What did you folks think of that match? I'm going to start throwing out something new here this week. I want to hear your match ratings. So after every match, I'm going to ask, what was your rating for that? So out of 5 stars, out of 5, what would you give that match? Let me know. The Rascalz here and the Hardys talking about their match tonight against the Nemeths in First Class in the main event of the evening. James saying that ice cream pick I sent you was my version of the night. It was cheaper than good. James with the Gia sighting, so James is pretty happy about the show already this evening. So let's see, we got some match ratings here. CR Beecroft saying a 3, Deanna saying a 1, 4 for Brandon. Deanna saying because I hate Ash. So Zachary Wentz and Myron Reed here talking about their gear. They're not matching. They're going over the card right now. Should be a good evening. We still have quite a few matches to come. So Cedric Alexander and Jason Hotch and John Skyler going up against Mustafa Ali's Secret Service. That's up next. That should be a lot of fun. As we said, though, we're going to go ahead and go here as we get prepared for that match. But let me know what's on your menu today. What did you have to eat, whether it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Please let me know. Let me know what you had good, or even a snack. Let me know. I will say that as a snack, I have these. They're a tangy chili snack mix. It's the Hot Ones edition of it, and it's pretty good. They're spicy, but they're good. So, um, who are the Secret Service? I'm not sure. It's a great question, Barry Monkey. Does Masha win the NXT Women's title? I hope so. Yeah, I hope so too. I think it'd be really good if she did. I'd enjoy that. Bonus, baby. Yes, they have used the TNA names of a lot of people, AJ Francis, Elijah, etc. But in TNA, Matt and Jeff called the Hardys. When they went to NXT, they called them the Hardy Boys. They're WWE. Yeah, I mean, for some, it may be different. I don't know. I mean, who knows what they do? Um, but I could see them showing up on Sunday. John Kessler saying half turkey sandwich on rye and a knish with mustard. Kudoba says Derek. Chicken and bacon and mushroom pasta bake, says James. Sourdough crumpets with loads of butter, says Barry Monkey. Let's see. Barbecue burgers, says CRB Craw. Matt Cardona getting name dropped on NXT was interesting. Yeah, I feel like he's going to end back. He's going to be there at some point in some way, shape, or form. Meatloaf, string beans, cornbread, says Hassan. Barbacoa bowl from Chipotle. That's good. Little Silver talking about a new time. Okay. Cardona to WWE to beat Cody Rhodes, says Deanna. All right, here we go. Coming back from break. Cedric Alexander's music playing. Little Silver saying that the new time is only for today, I think. Six-man tag match. So we'll see who Mustafa Ali's Secret Service are, because we don't know who they are. But right now we've got Cedric Alexander, Jason Hotch, and John Skyler, accompanied by Tasha Steelz, to the ring here. So this should be very interesting. Yeah, good point, Little Silver. If you don't start until later, if you want to join us, when you guys get caught up, or I completely understand, but we'll keep going through. John Kessler saying Cedric Alexander in the great hands against Mustafa Ali's goons. Pretty much, yeah. So I guess they're just going to come down here like they're from the Matrix. And, yeah. Bonus Baby asking, is Cedric about to get swerved by Hotch and Skyler? Yeah, good. Be a good question and a heck of a swerve. Ali is going to the back. I guess so. Yeah, James. I guess they're starting an hour later this evening. Leftover pizza from the deli section at Walmart. I had a chicken bacon ranch flatbread from there. It was pretty good. I thought it was really good. Andrea says she had Swedish meatballs, frozen Stouffer dinner with green beans, and a bottle of wild cherry Pepsi for lunch today. That sounds good. Hotch in there first. Secret Service guys with a clothesline here. Oh boy, Derek. Hotch trying to get over to the corner. Cedric Alexander getting tagged in. German suplex. And another one. That one was even more violent. Alexander with the huge kick there. Basement drop kick. Got to watch out, though, for the other Secret Service guy. Oh, he handled him. A spear on the ring apron there by John Skyler. Got two of the Secret Service guys out there. John Skyler flipping off of that turnbuckle onto the Secret Service guys on the floor. Cedric Alexander, lumbar check. That should be it. Team Cedric Alexander picks up the win. Raywalk bringing up that Mustafa Ali is not a happy man. And speaking of the unhappy man, he's out here right now. Yeah, he did, James. I was going to mention that. He sold the heck out of it for sure. Ali went for a chair shot. Tasha Steeles with a low blow to Cedric Alexander. Talking about your swerves. Cedric Alexander on the mat now after a low blow from Tasha Steeles. Sliding that chair over to Ali. Now Tasha's looking back at the ring. Chair to the back of Cedric Alexander. Mustafa Ali is just as confused as we are. Tasha standing at the top of the ramp with a smirk. Crowd is stunned. James Chadwick is stunned. I'm stunned. Now we're getting boos from the crowd. Gust in the house. What's up, Gust? Wow. Quite a development there from the Order 4. Yeah, we still got the TNA International Championship tonight. Jake something, Mance Warner, and the champ, Steve Maclin. Up next, we're getting Masha Slamovich and Ying Lee versus JC Jane and Fallon Henley. So that should be a good match. We're getting our next break. Gust saying he's loving what Ali is doing in TNA. I concur, except for a couple weeks. The stuff with Tasha I wasn't too keen on, but I've always been a fan of Ali, so most of what he does, I'm completely supportive. John saying Tasha swerved everyone, yeah. James saying I was expecting something like that to happen at Slammiversary or a bit after, not this soon. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think it was going to happen now, but yeah, Tasha got us all. So good stuff. All right, folks, if you don't mind, drop a like on the video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are glad that you're here. Hit that subscribe button. We are here every Thursday. Many times I'm joined by someone until we can figure out a good rotation and get everyone on a schedule. I'll be starting out the shows on Thursdays. And if folks can join, they can. And if not, then, you got me. So we'll have fun with this together. And I'll do the best that I can to keep you up on all the action. So, and we'll have some conversations throughout. So, speaking of this weekend and wrestling, please let me know what pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it, what pay-per-view this weekend are you looking forward to most? AEW All In, Saturday night's main event, NXT's Great American Bash, or WWE Evolution? Which one are you looking forward to the most? Bonus, baby, I'll have to hit you up at some point. My favorite wrestlers right now in TNA, AJ Francis, Steve Maclin, Ali, Ying, Masha Slamovich, Indi Hartwell, and last but certainly not least, Mike Santana. All right, folks, we're coming back from break. James said we shouldn't be that surprised to be fair. It's TNA after all. All In says Brandon, GCW, Boss of Bosses on Friday. All of it says James. Evolution says Sean. Evolution, a close second, says Brandon. The whole weekend, there's something for everyone, says Deanna. But Evolution, because I want to see what surprises they bring. Yeah. So we are getting Masha Slamovich and Ying versus JC Jane and Fallon Henley from NXT. Ying about to make her way to the ring. Then All In Texas, yeah. I feel like All In is a really good card. Feel like there's going to be some really great matches on there. The champ, Masha Slamovich, now making her way to the ring. For some reason, Great American Bash hasn't got me gripped like I thought it would. Yeah, I've heard a couple people say that, James. Nothing wrong with that. It happens. JC Jane will be defending the NXT title against Jordan Grace this Sunday at the Great American Bash, and the winner of that match will face Masha Slamovich at Slammiversary. Say that 5 times fast. So here we go. Fatal Influence, JC Jane and Fallon Henley with Jazmyn Nix. John says he's looking forward to which knockouts from TNA show up at Evolution. Yeah, I think there's potential for a lot of, well, I won't say a lot, but I think there's some potential for surprises on Sunday. So I'm really looking forward to it to see what surprises we get. So let me know, folks, in the chat, who you got in this one, Team Masha or Team Fatal Influence. Let me know in the chat. JC Jane holding up that NXT Women's Championship. Looks like we're about to get started now. Ying is going to start out for Team Masha, and JC Jane is going to go right after Masha. Ying, though, taking advantage of that lack of focus there. Sean saying Team Masha. John is going to pick Masha and Ying. JC Jane and Fallon to be different, says James. Cover here from Fallon Henley. Kick there by Ying Lee. Tag to Masha Slamovich. Teamwork there by Ying Lee and Slamovich. They still got some good teamwork going here. Oh, slam there by Masha. 1 count, kick out there by Fallon. Another tag into Ying Lee. Sweep there by Ying Lee. Knocks Fallon Henley down. Deanna saying, I think Fallon deserves a push. She reminds me of Bailey. Elevates others while she's left behind. James saying, do you think we will get the new TV deal announcement at Slammiversary or before? I think it would make sense if it happens at Slammiversary. I feel like that'd be a great time to share that information. I haven't seen much about it. I've only seen like a couple posts here and there, but I haven't seen much of it. Bonus Baby saying, how about TNA president talking about a new TV media deal that'll bring in $10 million a year? That's good for them. That'll be good. Fallon Henley swinging from the post while Ying Lee was down on the floor. Fatal Influence is in control right now as we head into a quick break. So if you guys don't mind, tell me a little bit about the TV deal. Is it going to still be with Anthem? Is it still Access, or are they going elsewhere? Or is that going to be the announcement, or do we just know at this point that they've signed a deal? John Kessler, James, if WWE bought them, they're definitely getting TV, maybe CW. John saying, I just read that it may be within the next 2 months for TNA's new TV deal. James saying, get TV deal sorted, then go live weekly. TNA going live 52 weeks a year, possibly. So it sounds like there's a lot of chatter out there about different things. I guess my question would be, what network, if it's not Access, what network do they end up on? Would be my question. Jen Carter, hello, how are you? Jason Stoffer saying, hi, I hope you're well. With both the women's titles on the line at Slammiversary, I think TNA will control both NXT and TNA women's division. I think it's very possible. And I think from a business standpoint and from the whole partnership aspect of things, Trick Williams has been the TNA champ for a while now. I think, maybe give some love to the Knockouts division, give some love to Masha Slamovich. That would be my hope at this point. James saying it's a new deal with someone who has also got a streamer app, all I know and her. Okay. Wow. So that'll be huge for them. Streaming. Yeah, streaming app. That'll be huge for TNA. That'll be big for them. So we're probably going to head back from this break shortly. That'll be my next question is, what do you guys think of TNA going to a different network and potentially going live every week? What are your thoughts on what you think that'll do for TNA as a whole? Hey, Mark. Hey, no, you don't need to apologize, man. But my mom and I were packing for our trip to Rochester, New York. I know you're 3 hours away, but technically my family will be. Yeah, we're That's a few hours away, but yeah, that's in the state at the very least. So yeah, it's down the road a little ways. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fun and safe trip. Um, hope you enjoy it, Mark. Exciting times ahead, says James. So we're back now. Lei Ying Lee is in a little bit of trouble. JC Jane and Fallon Henley really controlling the action so far. Got Lei Ying Lee in a little bit of trouble. They've really slowed down the pace of this match because early on, Lei Ying Lee and Masha were just tagging in and out and really doing a lot of great teamwork. So smart here by Fallon Henley and JC Jane. John saying, I am so looking forward to having live TNA Impact Weekly. Deanna saying, I think it can only help get more eyes on the product and help them grow. James saying, I love it as long as it's beneficial for TNA. It'd be great for them, but what network are they going to? I don't know. That's the thing. James saying he's hearing it's a channel that has a network channel as well as a streaming app. So there's not a whole lot of those out there. What network do I think will make sense? I think CW would make sense because of the partnership with WWE. I think maybe a USA, because they could go on Peacock at that point. Those will be my two right now. But I think if they were going straight streaming, somewhere like Amazon Prime would be good. But I would say Fox would be another good one, James, to your point. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of different options out there for them. So I think wherever they go, though, I mean, no offense to Access, but they'll have more eyes available to them than they do currently. So that'll be good. Bonus Baby saying, I see a double title switch at Slammiversary. Joe or Santana brings the TNA title home, and Masha brings the NXT women's title to TNA. Reignite the Masha Jordan Grace feud. Okay. Brandon saying Fox will be good. Bonus Baby saying, I would like to see TNA stay on Access and just make Access TV more accessible. It's only available in like 50% of American homes. James saying, as long as it benefits us in the UK too. Exactly. I don't want it to make it more difficult for fans, international fans, to view the product, because for us Americans, if our cable company offers it, cool, no problem. But you got to think about all the fans internationally as well. So, Jason saying TNA is not on Access Channel anymore. I think WWE may have bought TNA. I think WWE will put it on CW on Thursday nights and pair it with NXT. I have not heard that WWE has purchased them. I know that it's supposed to be on Access maybe an hour later this evening, but yeah, if they go to CW, I think it may be because of the partnership, and maybe that's something that WWE maybe negotiated with them. So, yeah. All right. Lei Ying Lee is trying to get over to Masha. Fallon Henley just knocks down Masha off of the apron there. Big slam there by Henley. Cover here. 2 count. Brandon, I thought it was awesome. I enjoyed it. I did. I know some people didn't like it very much, but I did. Crossbody from Ying Lee. Ying Lee tags in Masha. JC Jane gets tagged in as well. Fallon Henley goes down. Two for one special there for Masha. Cover here for Masha. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Mark saying, I know that TNA and NXT have this partnership together, but when it comes to the new TV deal, I have concerns. What I mean is that I hope that this deal, whatever it is for TNA. What I don't want is another company like WWE to budget TNA's deal. To me, if that happens, that's something WWE requires TNA, and that is something that is fears me. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that concern, Mark. I do. No one wants TNA to lose its individuality or fall under the umbrella of WWE. I haven't heard anyone say it. I definitely don't want it. Hopefully that's not the case. Fallon Henley with the cover here. Broken up at the last second. It was definitely going to be a 3 count. All 4 competitors laying in the middle of the ring. Crowd really into the match. Fallon Henley and Masha Slamovich in the middle of the ring there, just kind of delivering some punches back and forth. The crowd is definitely into it. They're booing and yaying back and forth. Big forearm shot there from Fallon Henley. Elbow there from Masha. Fallon Henley with the cover here, 2 count. Kick out there from Masha. JC Jane saying it's over. Ying Lee throwing. Ying Lee goes outside with the help of Fallon Henley, I believe, and got some kicks delivered back and forth. Tag to Fallon Henley. Ying Lee trips up JC Jane. Fallon Henley, just that little bit of a distraction, gives Masha just enough to turn that match around at the end and pick up the win. Masha Slamovich and Ying Lee pick up the win against Fatal Influence. That was a really excellent match there. What was your score for that one, folks? Out of 5, remember. Chris Gregg saying a 5 for that one. That was a really good match. That was outstanding. Zion Brookside down in the ring with Masha and Ying Lee. Sean saying, I would love to see Jordan Grace beat JC Jane. The quiet people saying Jordan's run in WWE has been underwhelming. Quiet the naysayers. James saying 4 or 5, 4.5 maybe is what you're saying. Getting TNA's injury report. Trey Miguel hernia injury is out. So Trey Miguel is out with that hernia. 5, says Sean Rousset. Killer Kelly is out with an upper body injury. Not medically cleared to compete. John saying I thought Jordan was going to SmackDown. Matt Cardona is out with a lower back injury. So we've still got the Hardys and the Rascalz going up against First Class in the Nemeths. We've still got Indi Hartwell going up against Victoria Crawford. But it looks like we're getting the TNA International Championship match coming up next. Jake Something and Mance Warner going up against the TNA International Champion, Steve Maclin. For one, I'll just go ahead and say this now. My prediction for that match is just straight up shenanigans. That's my prediction for that match. So, James saying don't always believe what you read. All right, folks. So, what's a match this weekend that's coming up on all of the different shows this weekend? What's a match that you're looking forward to most? Doesn't matter which show it is. What match is a standout match for you for this weekend? What are you looking forward to the absolute most? And if you could only watch one match, it would be this match. What is a must-see, cannot miss match this weekend? Please let me know in the chat. James, Texas Death Match. I should know it. John Kessler saying Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné. That's going to be a good match. I agree with that. I think that's going to be a really good match. EO versus Rhea for Dylan. Hassan is going with Jake Something to win the TNA International Championship. So, calling for a new champion. Sam Stackhouse versus KJ Orso. Quit match. GCW. Derek, if I had my soundboard, dude, you'd be getting gigglies right now. Just know that I'm trying to get it connected again. We'll see. Maybe I shouldn't try and do this while I'm on live, but whatever. There we go. I think we got something. Mercedes gets another belt, says James. Jordan versus JC for the Women's Battle Royal at Evolution. All right, here we go. We are returning from break. And folks, it's already 8:52. Time really flying by this evening. Getting a video package here of the X Division throughout the years. The X Division has been awesome over the years. they're really, really playing up this match between Moose and Leon Slater, which I'm really looking forward to. I think now's the time to put the rocket ship on Leon Slater's back and let him go for it. He's been incredible. Leon Slater versus Moose for the TNA X Division Championship coming up at Slammiversary. It's going to be really, really good. The system now backstage with Leon Slater and Moose talking directly to Leon. Moose saying you've been in a few viral clips and now you think you could carry the X Division? Leon Slater saying he's going after history. He wants to be the youngest ever X Division champion. Moose saying you'll just be another name on my list. Leon said, I'm going to give you the toughest fight of your life. Matt Cardona talking about Dark State. He says he thinks they're coming after everybody in TNA. James, that's a good question. I'm going with one of maybe not on everyone's radar, but it's certainly on mine, and it's Naomi and Jade. I'm really looking forward to that match. Really looking forward to that. I think that's the one I'm looking forward to most. Um, I mean, I'm not necessarily looking forward to the Goldberg Gunther match, but I'm looking forward to the shenanigans that can happen. That's what I think. That's what I'm looking forward to. What happens? How does the match end? What kind of shockers or surprises or swerves or what do we get to end that match, or do we just get something straight up? Like I think that's something I'm looking forward to most. But I gotta also shout out Tony Storm and Mercedes. That build has really had me invested in that storyline. And I would also, I'm normally not into many Bucks matches, but I just want to see Will Ospreay and Swerve. So I have a little bit of an interest in seeing that happen. Do I think it will? I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. Jake something and Mance Warner just fighting already. Match is not even official yet. Champ's not out there yet. You can't start a championship match without the champ. Maclin says, well, if y'all going to start fighting right away, I am too. And here we go. It's underway. Yeah, I saw that, James. Big shot from Mance Warner to Steve Maclin. Maclin dives right out of the ring, right onto Mance Warner. Here comes Jake Something doing the same. Jumps on both guys. Jake Something just running through Maclin right now. Mance Warner about to get back into the ring. He's got there's no DQ stip on this, and he's using that. Mance Warner is using the chair, playing baseball with both Maclin and Jake Something right now, just teeing off on him with that chair. Mance Warner taking that chair and hitting the midsection of Steve Maclin. Setting up the chair now. See what kind of bad intentions Mance Warner has. Steph DeLander out there. He's asking her to get something. Crowd saying we want tables. She gets Mance another chair, and she's got to give him a kiss, of course. Not just a peck, but they got to make out for a second. Two chairs here, facing one another. But Jake Something is now back in the ring. Delivers a big forearm. Is he going to powerbomb him onto these chairs? He does. Jake Something powerbombs Mance Warner through the chairs. 1, 2. 2 count, and Steph DeLander puts Mance Warner's foot on the rope. Jake Something was that close to being the TNA International Champion. Big clothesline there from the champ Maclin. Big Thez press there from Maclin. Woo! Big clothesline. Jason saying, Jeff, 2 matches in AEW this weekend I'm concerned about. Mercedes versus Tony Storm match. I like Tony Storm in AEW. And the Bucks versus Will and Swerve. Yeah, those 2 matches stand out to me. James, apart from AJ Lee, who would you love to see show up at Evolution? Tell me who you think, James. I will confirm if you are correct. Maclin with a cover here, but Jake Something breaks it up. Paige or AJ Lee, Jackie. Jazz for sure, James. Like Jazz for sure. I would also love to see Gail Kim. Those would be my 2. Jazz and Gail Kim. Jason saying, if the Bucks win and Mercedes win, and I know TK truly does have his favorite wrestlers, and he likes to push. James saying, Gail Kim, oh yes. Mickey James says, Deanna, what are these guys doing here? Jake Something was up on the ropes. Maclin is sitting on that top rope. Now he's on the post. What is Mance Warner doing? Oh, Big slam there. All three guys involved. Mance grabbing his back. Maclin is laying face down on the mat. Jake something is on his back looking up at the lights. Crowd saying, "This is awesome." Barry saying, "I'd like Ash by Elegance to show up at Evolution, get re-signed by WWE so they don't have to watch her every week on TNA. Good grief." Not a fan of Ash. A triangle of chops and punches and boots now. Jake something and Mance Warner left standing. A huge, good grief, forearm there from Jake something. Mance Warner rolls out of the ring. Steve Maclin is still just laying there. Oh, Jake something was trying to give a running shoulder tackle to Mance Warner, but Mance dodged it, and Jake went over the steps, and now he just got DDT'd on the steps. Mance Warner back in the ring now. Maclin is still trying to get up. The knee here from Mance, 2 count. Maclin just kicks out. This has been a really fun match. KIA from Maclin. 1, 2, 3. Steve Maclin retains. That was a heck of a match, though. Yeah, Maclin, I don't know how he was able to pull that off, but he did. He retains the international championship. Now we get Ali and Tasha in the parking lot. Tasha says enough. She says, "I'm sick and tired of all of you." She says, "I don't see a championship on anyone. Ever since you lost to Santana, you've been on a downward spiral." Tasha's basically saying, "Thank you. You should say thank you to me and you're welcome because I got you a good match at Slammiversary, Ali." She said, "Where were we before Order 4?" Tasha's the mastermind, huh? Ali said, "You lied to us." She said, "Yeah, I lied to you, but I also saved you. You're welcome." I like that. Oh boy, so here's the system. The system works, says Eddie Edwards. Order for the system. Who's the greatest faction? Next week. I like that. Is this what? What is Enzo doing? What is Enzo doing on here? Enzo Amore. Oh boy. Deanna saying, "Oh hell no." He's saying check in. All right. So that was interesting. What are your thoughts on that, folks? Enzo Amore on TNA. There's still an exclusive interview with Joe Hendry coming this evening. Up next, we're getting Indi Hartwell against Victoria Crawford. So let me know who you got in that match, folks. Victoria Crawford or Indi Hartwell. Let me know. Deanna saying, "I'm all for second chances, but come on." James saying, "No, just no." It's interesting. Speaking of returns, since James asked this, of me, I will ask this of the whole chat. If you could bring two women's superstars and have them be a part of Evolution, give me two superstars that you would bring in. Who would you have be a part of Evolution? James picking Indi. John saying, I'm stunned. I cannot believe it. Andrea picking Indi. John picking Indi. On a little bit of a break here. Oh boy, Derek. See, I wish I had the soundboard. Up. Hold on. Hold on. ODB and Kong says Deanna. Two, I would not mind seeing in a ring again. Or tag team the beautiful people. I like that too. Derek, you get this. That's what you get. Let me turn that up a little bit more. Here we go. You get it. Lita and Victoria says Derek. Tara Zepp and Hollywood. Haley J. Gail Kim and Tracy Brooks. And Ryan, you said it was your birthday yesterday. Happy belated birthday. Happy birthday to Happy birthday, Ryan. Hope it was a good one. Victoria Crawford says Hassan. Getting a video package here for Mike Santana. Talking about the day he lost his father. Again, I'm all aboard the Mike Santana for TNA Champion Express. Santana's going to get to hopefully do this in front of his family and friends. He says he's the guy that needs to bring back their most prestigious prize. Victoria Crawford making her way to the ring, accompanied by Tessa Blanchard. Victoria Crawford, Tessa Blanchard. Tessa's going to face Indi Hartwell at Slammiversary. Deanna said, if you ain't noticed, I'm feeling like the old me today. God help everyone. Indi Hartwell. Crowd is definitely behind Indi. Tessa is now on commentary. Tessa said that Indi ruined their friendship. I don't know what Victoria Crawford is doing, but we're underway now. Victoria Crawford is now sitting on the lap of Tessa, and the fans are not happy about Victoria being out there. Tessa saying that Indi's personality is like watching paint dry. Yikes. Not sure what Victoria Crawford is doing other than just Tessa standing up. Don't get distracted. Up, she got distracted. Victoria Crawford taking advantage. She's giving Indi a noogie right now. No exaggerations there. Indi here trying to mount some offense. Ooh. Indi into the rope's throat first there. She's hung up on that second rope, and Tessa leaves commentary and goes and punches Indi in the face. Boot there, kick to the face from Indi Hartwell. 3 count. Indi Hartwell overcomes the numbers game and defeats Victoria Crawford. Tessa is standing up now. Tessa has a microphone. Tessa basically saying that she's carried Indi. Indi would be nothing without her. Everything that you are is because of me. Crowd is not into it. They're booing. She tells her she's nothing but forgettable. Crowd chanting Indi. Now we're getting a shot of Santino Marella's door. Ariana Grace back there with him. Eric Young saying, I want answers. AJ and Paige, but Mickey James also says Sean. Eric Young saying Cody Deaner is the hometown man. Eric saying, remember Super Eric? I was Super Eric. Santino was shocked by this. Eric Young saying he wants Cody Deaner gone forever. He wants real proof. Eric Young saying it's on you, Santino. Yeah, he's breaking news, James, that he was Super Eric. Still got a few matches to go. Derek, I appreciate you saying that, man. That means a lot. Hopefully I'm doing okay. Up next, we get the exclusive interview with Joe Hendry. We will see what the man has to say before he goes into his match at Slammiversary. So we're getting another break right now. And this one is going to be a little bit controversial, but we talked about this on Between the Ropes on Sunday. But I just figured before we go into what's being billed as his final match, and I'm going to say this, please keep it respectful. But what are your thoughts on Goldberg, the wrestler, the character, his mark on professional wrestling? Please let me know your thoughts on Goldberg. I know how many of you feel, so I know that I'm probably walking into a hornet's nest, but I figured I'd ask. I appreciate that, Derek. James saying like Mr. America wasn't Hulk Hogan. Speaking of mask, seeing Ludwig under the mask was great. Yeah. Yeah. James saying mid at best. I want to hear some more thoughts on Goldberg. What's up, Terrence? Goldberg's career and his impact on professional wrestling. Give me your thoughts. Please keep it respectful. Please. Clown, since he beat Raven the night after a months-long feud with DDP and squashed the whole flock in the same night. I hated him. I think I remember you saying that on Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. Deanna saying, I don't like him, but I respect what they tried to do with him until he took down talent that didn't need to. He almost killed Taker. Brandon saying the man who went from starting as an unknown that took WCW by storm to a major disappointment in WWE after a promising start there. Derek saying, as a kid in the late 90s, he was a superhero and enjoyed his first run with WWE. That's where I'll stop. So they are previewing next week's Go Home show of TNA Impact. System against Order 4. Joe Hendry and Mike Santana against Frankie Kazarian and Trick Williams next week. Should be a fun week, folks. All right, now we're getting the interview with Joe Hendry. Let's see what he has to say here. And for talking about Trick Williams cutting corners and en route to winning that championship. Joe saying he's been watching TNA Wrestling since 2002. Joe said that Trick didn't want to put the TNA Championship on his shoulder when they were taking pictures. He says he needs to bring the title back for TNA. Triple threat match, no countouts, no DQs. Hannaford's talking about how the fans are really supporting Santana right now. Joe saying what he's done is unprecedented. He's talking his talk right now, saying that when places ask for a TNA star, they ask for Joe Hendry. Sean saying, I am still a fan. I didn't see a lot of Goldberg in WWE. His music is iconic. He won some matches he shouldn't, but that was on the booker, not him. Joe Hendry saying one day Mike Santana will be the guy, but today and at Slammiversary, he's going to be the guy. Hannafin asks, do you believe you can redeem yourself at Slammiversary? Just saying the fans put him in the position he was in, and he needs the fans for his redemption. Joe says he needs to get this win for TNA Wrestling. Derek saying, can we ask Bret Hart what he thinks of Bill? Gunther doesn't put him in a sharpshooter this weekend, I'll be upset. Trick Williams, the TNA World Champion, making his way down. Brandon saying F that trick instead of whoop that trick. Brandon's not a fan. Slammiversary coming up July 20th, Sunday, July 20th, and we will be here doing the watch along on this channel. Come join us for that. Should be a lot of fun. It's a great card. It's shaping up to be really good. Trick Williams is going to be on commentary. Some of the crowd is behind them and some not feeling it at all. Trick and Ace, says James. As Trick Williams says. So here we go. We're getting First Class heading to the ring. 8-man tag. First Class in the Nemeths going up against the Hardys and the Rascalz. Hannafin. Trick saying Hannafin's a hater. Yeah, let me know who you got in this match, folks. Brandon kicking us off here saying my pick is the Hardys and Rascalz. Let me know who you got, folks. The Nemeths making their way down to the ring. Sean saying it's good to see KC back in the ring. I agree. Echo exactly what Derek said there. Don't be that fan that does stuff like that. Please. The TNA World Championship contract signing is going to be at the Great American Bash this weekend, so we all know how contract signings go. Also, there's going to be a TNA World Tag Team Championship ladder match. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a great card. I think it's going to be a great show. James going with the Hardys, Team Hardys, and John Kessler saying I picked Nick and Ryan Nemeth at First Class to win. Going with the heels. So, folks, as I'm pretty sure this is our main event, I want you to start thinking about two things for me. Your rating for the night and your match of the night. So be thinking about it. I don't need an answer now, but when we get done here, we'll ask for that as soon as we get done with the show. Matthew Smith, which is your favorite Nemeth? Nick by far. Ryan is not my favorite at all. Yeah, Nick for sure. I'll keep it nice. Nick. So Zach Wentz went back and changed his gear. I appreciate that, James. I really do, man. It means a lot. Matt and Jeff, the Hardys. And of course, they get that huge crowd pop. Fans loving it. Jeff going back up the ramp and shaking the hands of the fans. Matt Hardy pointing at Trick Williams. Might get a little fight before the match. The Nemeths and Matt Hardy doing a little pushing and shoving. So, all right. So, main event of the evening. We're at break right now. So, sticking with our theme for this weekend, we talked about the positive. What matches you're looking forward to? What's a match that's a skippable match for you this weekend? What's something that you can do without this weekend? Let me know. And let me know why. Let me know why you don't really want to see that match this weekend, whatever it may be. And again, please keep it respectful. Sean Rousset is voting for Team Nemeth. James says, good question. I try to ask those sometimes, James. I mean, I feel like there are some really good matches this weekend across all of the shows. I don't really have one that's standing out to me right now where I'm just like, man, I can do without that. Trying to think. Maybe some comments in the chat will refresh my memory on what we got. Derek saying Mox and Hangman because I feel like this Death Riders ish isn't ending. That's one that I hope Hangman wins. That's what I'll say there. I like Mox, don't get me wrong. But James saying I think Darby returns this weekend. I'm looking forward to that too. I'm hoping he does. That's who I think. That's the champ, I think, in my mind. How we get there, I don't know, but I think unless he is in the if he's in the buy-in and he wins that opportunity, I think maybe he crashes the party. Nick Nemeth with a quick cover there on Myron Reed. Trick Williams on commentary. Myron Reed here, sweeping Nemeth, quick 1 count. Doing some good technical wrestling here. Leg drop there from Myron Reed. Zachary Wentz tags in now. Little teamwork here from the Rascalz. Crowd loving it. Ryan Nemeth gets tagged in now. AJ Francis now in there with Zachary Wentz. Jeff Hardy gets the tag from Zachary Wentz. Crowd is loving it. Crowd chanting Hardy. Jeff Hardy. AJ France is in a little bit of trouble here. Jeff Hardy has the early advantage. Some chops and then a fake out. Do we see the Righteous at Great American Bash? That's a good question. Are they completely done with AEW and Ring of Honor? You guys in the chat? Have they been done for a while? Some teamwork here between the Hardys and the Rascalz. AJ Francis just falling down in the middle of the ring. Zachary Wentz. That standing moonsault. AJ Francis kicks out. AJ Francis was going to stump Zachary Wentz, but Wentz moved out of the way. Getting some offense in here. Trick Williams cheering on AJ Francis. AJ Francis threw him into his team's corner. KC Navarro had a handful of hair, and AJ Francis took advantage of that with a splash. Nick Nemeth is in the ring now with the tag. He gets a little help from AJ Francis with a splash of his own. We go to another break, and we're about 12 minutes away from the top of the hour. Yeah, that's a great question, James. And I'm glad to see we didn't get many bad matches that were like, okay, that can be a bathroom break match, or that can be a let me get a quick snack match or something like that. Because I know we're, as fans, we're critical when we see cards that we're not really into, that don't make a whole lot of sense. But I got to say, for the most part, this weekend, they're really not bad matches on any of the cards. And it's not just stuff that I feel might be just thrown together. Really good thought behind it. So kudos to the companies for some really strong cards this weekend. Again, we talked a little bit about our views on Evolution and wishing it was built a little bit differently and maybe a little longer term, but hopefully this is the start for that pay-per-view to happen annually. So, TNA, don't do this to me now. I got a loading error. Did anybody else get that? I'm excited for this weekend, although a knackering one. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. If you're a watcher of everything, it's going to be a lot for sure. But it should be a great weekend. Did anybody else get cut off? Sean saying, I got the same error. Jason saying, I have the same error. Come on, TNA. So I did exit out of it, and I went back in, and it's loading, or I'm getting the yellow circle now, still saying the same thing. Error loading video. Tap to retry. All right, so we're back now. We're back. A little bit of a snafu there, but thank goodness it came back as quickly as it did. You might have to refresh a couple times, but it's back. Here we go. We're back to the match now. Bonus Baby saying, oh, dang, I forgot Big Brother started tonight as well. Even more stuff I have to try to watch this weekend. Yeah. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. A lot of entertainment, a lot of stuff. I still got some stuff I got to catch up on as well. Cover there by Ryan Nemeth to Zachary Wentz. Casey Navarro gets tagged in now. Cover here from Casey on Zachary, 1 count. Now the heel team is just tagging with fluidity, rotating folks in and out. Nick Nemeth kind of taunting the other team right now. Zachary Wentz trying to fight out of that bad spot, but Nick Nemeth takes out his leg there. Ryan Nemeth telling the crowd to not cheer right now. Shh. Be quiet, he says. Zachary Wentz does not realize that AJ Francis got tagged in, even though he was able to fight Nick Nemeth off. Bonus Baby saying, I'm already a season and a half behind on Grey's Anatomy and Law and Order. I'm so far behind on all the Law and Orders right now. It's crazy. I was up to date for a little bit, but I fell behind. AJ Francis standing on Zachary Wentz. Trick Williams talking about the potential and talent of First Class. Talking about the team makeup of First Class and the Nemeths. Zachary Wentz giving some forearms there to AJ Francis, but Francis fights him off. AJ Francis just throws Wentz into that corner, but Wentz knocks all the rest of the team off the apron, but AJ catches him, dumps him into the corner. Brandon, I would argue that Mike Santana needs it more because I feel like they had their window with Joe Hendry, and if the rumors are correct and if Joe Hendry is definitely going to WWE after his contract is up, then I don't think you put it on him for a short amount of time again. I think Mike Santana can really lead you into the next phase post Joe Hendry. James saying, if you were booking, would you have Rhea beat Io for the first time, or let be? See, I love the story arc of having that one person that no matter what, you just can't beat them. But I also know that Rhea is pretty dang undeniable. So that's a tough one. I think for me, I couldn't have Io beat her again straight up. I would have Io win, but it would be straight up. Let's see. Sean Rousset saying, Jeff, I think it would be a good match, but I'm concerned with people not liking the Open Femi intramural match. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match, too, Sean. I really do. But, it might be one of those matches where on paper people are like, I'm not feeling it. But once they see it or once it starts happening and you get the buzz, I think they'll be just fine. I think it's going to be a good match, though. John saying, I think Santana's contract is also up, and they need to re-sign him for sure. Matt Hardy now in the ring, beating the heck out of Ryan Nemeth, going on each turnbuckle and just taking that noggin and side effect there on Nick Nemeth. Another side effect on Ryan Nemeth. Cover here from Matt Hardy. 2 count. Bonus, baby, unless you want Santana to be the hero, so you have Joe win at Slammiversary and then slowly turn heel, take the TNA belt with him to WWE, then Santana brings the belt home. Like that, too. And I think that plays into it, too, James. People just not having a lot of knowledge of him and what he can do. Plus, knowing Obafemi, and knowing how dominant he's been, people are like, oh, it's just another walk in the park. But I don't think that's going to be the case at all. Side effect from Matt Hardy on AJ Francis. John Kessler saying he's getting the international championship now on Access. Hardy was about to go for a twist of fate, but ended up having to go for a DDT 2 count, and the Nemeths jump in there. Now we're about to get utter chaos. Trick Williams now not sitting at the commentary table anymore. Matt Hardy gives a shot to Matt Hardy with the belt. 1, 2, 3. Team First Class and Nemeths take the win with some help from the TNA World Champion, Trick Williams. Trick Williams not really endearing himself to the crowd. First Class and Trick Williams celebrating. Jeff Hardy checking on Matt Hardy. Now First Class beating down the Hardys. First Class and Trick Williams beating down the Hardys. Mike Santana's music hits. He's somewhere. Mike Santana. Let's see. Jason saying, I would like to see Booker T on commentary at Slammiversary to have Booker do Trick Williams' entrance just to get under Tom Phillips' skin to continue the storyline. Joe Hendry's music hits. The crowd absolutely goes crazy. If I hadn't heard of Inamura before this NXT run, then the average casual won't have a clue. Right, James, yeah. John Kessler, I think it was because of Collision being on Thursday night. How are you doing tonight, bonus baby? I love that. Santana and Hendry having a little dust up. This is how we're going to end the show, with the Hardys holding Joe Hendry back and the Rascalz holding back Mike Santana. All right, folks, the two questions I had for you. What's your score for tonight's show? And along with that, what was your match of the night? So let me know in chat, folks. I appreciate you all sticking with me this evening and being my co-host out there. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I did okay flying solo tonight. But yeah, let me know your score for the show and your match of the night. Now that we got the thanks for watching screen. I will say before everyone gets started, I did enjoy tonight's show. I thought it was really good. For me, I'm trying to think of the match of the night for me. For me, it's a toss-up between the International Championship and the Masha Slamovich Lei Ying Lee match. That's a tongue twister. Brandon saying 8 out of 10 triple threat match for the international title. Dylan, 9 out of 10 match of the night for me. International triple threat. Did not expect to see Enzo on TNA tonight. Let's see. John Kessler, I scored the show a 9. And out of the matches I have seen, the international match with Maclin, Mance, and Jason. Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that, my friend. 7 says Jason. 8.75 out of 10. Triple threat for James Chadwick. Yeah, keep those scores coming, folks. I think I'm going to be around the same as James. I think I'm going to go 8.75 out of 10 as well. Sean Rousset saying 9 out of 10, even though it was really long, the Cedric versus Secret Service match. Yeah. 9 out of 10 says Chris. Good episode of Impact, nothing bad. 8 out of 10. Match of the night was triple threat, says Barry Monkey. Yeah, I think for me, 8.75 out of 10. Triple threat, probably, with Lei Ying Lee, Masha Slamovich versus Fatal Influence being a close second. I really like, though, just outside of matches, I really like what they did with Order 4 tonight. And I really like what they did with them tonight. Adds a little more depth to that faction. The fact that we're going to see them next week going up against the system, elevates them, I feel. So I'm really looking forward to that. Andrea saying 10 out of 10. Yeah, so you are all awesome. Thank you all so much. I'm going to ask you this one more time. If you don't mind, drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We are glad that you're here. We are here for TNA each Thursday, 7-4. Well, we've changed the time to 8. I guess we'll start going 7:55, 5 minutes before the start of the show. Just do a couple things before we get into it. So we'll start saying 7:55 every week. Good night, Brandon. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, we do this every Thursday. Again, bear with us until we find someone that can join me. But yeah, let me read a few more comments here. John, have a great weekend, and everyone in chat. See you all next Thursday. See you, John. Have a great night, everyone. Says Clown. You too, Clown. Sean Rousset saying Cedric Alexander is not going to be happy with Tasha. Hit him low. Yeah. Barry Monkey saying my only issue with the Order 4 thing is it felt a bit rushed. Only just got Cedric in. Yeah, I was a little bit shocked by when that happened, for sure. I didn't think it happened this week. I thought maybe at Slammiversary or the follow-up show to Slammiversary. I didn't think it happened tonight, so I felt like they did it a bit quick. So we'll see what else is on the horizon, because where does Cedric Alexander fall into all of this? Does he need his own group? If so, who is that? So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But I was a bit shocked and surprised by that too, Barry. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for me this evening. Again, I greatly appreciate you all hanging out with me this evening and watching TNA Impact with me. Drop a like on the video if you don't mind. Pretty sure we will be here on Sunday for kind of a weekend wrap-up of all of the PLEs and pay-per-views, and abbreviated Between the Ropes. We will get to you with the time or if there are any changes with that. But thank you all again for joining me. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for chiming in and chatting with me all night. And yeah, have a great rest of your night. If you're overseas, have a good day, because for James, I'm sure it's like 3:07 right now. So get some sleep. All my international folks, thank you for joining us. But for the rest of you, have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all of the wrestling this weekend, and come chat with us about it on Sunday. But yeah, looking forward to a great weekend of wrestling, like many of you are. So I will chat with you soon. And again, thank you all so much for being great this evening and being my co-host. So have a great night, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon, folks. Take care.